Okay. Let's see, maximum 1 hour class will be there or less than that. I'll be teaching only the connected bodies, different cases. Okay. So it may be helpful in the entrance examination also. So it will be extra will be there. Okay. So let's start the session now. So good afternoon and all. First case, we are going to deal with motion of bodies in contact. Motion of bodies in contact. That is the first case we are going to deal with. For that, just imagine a surface. On the surface, there is two bodies are kept. Okay. Say it as this is M1 and this is M2. Okay. Now, someone is pushing with a force here, pushing. A pushing force is applied here. So this is F. A force is applied on the mass M1. But M1 and M2 are now in contact. So what will happen there? A resultant force will be acting on M1 and M2 together, right? That means you can consider this M1 and M2 as a system now. So definitely what you can say that these two bodies M1 and M2 will now accelerate right side. So the first equation you must know is that what is the common acceleration of these bodies? What is the common acceleration? You can use the Newton's second law. What is the Newton's second law as you already know? Can you type it? What is the Newton's second law? Formula only. Very good. Arjun, very good. F is equal to ma, right? Good. So everyone know the same equation. So we can write here F is equal to m into a. So what is the acceleration formula? Acceleration is equal to F divided by m. Okay, everyone is typing the correct answer. Very good. All right. So acceleration is equal to F by m. So here what is the common acceleration formula? The common acceleration A is equal to the applied force divided by mass. Here what is the mass actually? The applied force is accelerating the two masses together, right? So what is the total mass here? M1 plus M2. So this is the first formula you have to know, that is the common acceleration of the connected bodies. Okay. Now you just think about, you have to consider here the forces acting in between these two masses. Okay. So next equation we require here, that is the contact force. What is that? Contact force. Now look at the picture once again here. When you are applying a force on M1, correct? M1 will apply a force on M2. You say it as the force acting on M2 by the mass M1. Okay. You say it as that force is said as small f. So once again, what is a small f here? That is a force exerted on M2 by mass M1. So according to Newton's third law, there will be an reaction also will be there, no? So M2 will be applying the same force on M1. Say it as once again F. So usually questions will come here. What is the contact force? That is a contact force means what? The force acting between M1 and M2. So once again formula Newton's second law, F is equal to mass into acceleration. Same formula here. But what is the mass here? This contact force F makes which body in acceleration? Can you type everyone? This contact force F makes a body accelerate? Which body? Which body is now accelerating due to the small f? Very good. M2. So contact force F makes the M2 accelerate. I hope everyone know this answer M2, right? So many are typing. Merik, Dimna, yes, very good. It's a M2. So we can write here F is equal to M2 into A. F is equal to M2 into A. So what is the acceleration? Acceleration is common, right? So we can write here F is equal to M2 into what is the acceleration? Common acceleration is written here. That is F divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the next formula you have to know. What is the contact force between M1 and M2? M1 and M2. Is that clear? Now the same case we'll be discussing here, but the force is applied not on M1, but the force is applied on M2. Okay, so this is the case. On the surface, same body, okay, same picture I am drawing here. That is, this is M1 and another body is here M2. Same picture. Now, but the difference is that the force is applied not on the smaller mass but on the heavier mass. Okay, so force is applied on the heavier mass. Right. Now, once again, what is the common acceleration? What is the common acceleration? Common acceleration A is equal to F divided by, what is the formula? F divided by ma, right? According to Newton's second law. So F divided by, what is the total mass? M1 plus M2. There is no change in the common acceleration formula. There is no change in the common acceleration formula. What do you think about? You are applying the force on the M2. So what will happen? The M2 will apply a force on M1. Say it as F dash. Why I have written the F dash? Because it is not the same case as the first one. It was F, here it was F dash because M2 is heavier than M1. In the previous case, M1 was applying a force on M2. Here M2 is applying the force on M1. We have written the F dash. Now according to Newton's third law, F dash will be acting on M2 also by M1. So in this case, what is F dash? What is F dash? This F dash makes which body accelerate? Can you everyone type? This F dash makes one body accelerate towards the left, but the acceleration is constant. Which body is now accelerate due to F dash? If you clearly got this one, please type the answer. Which body now will accelerate? Arjun, we are applying the force on M2. Due to that, F dash is applying on M1. So M1 will accelerate. Okay, very good. Many are typing M1 is accelerate. So I can write here what is the formula become F dash is equal to M1 into acceleration. F dash is equal to m1 into acceleration. So we can write here F dash is equal to m1 into acceleration is same formula, right? Common acceleration F divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the contact force between m1 and m2, but different cases are there because first case we were applying the force on smaller mass, but in second case we were applying force on what heavier mass. The concept is clear for everyone. I hope this is clear for everyone. Very good. So now we'll move to the next case. Okay. Move to the next case. Okay. Same topic, motion of bodies in contact. But you just think about, this is the case 3. This is the surface, okay, surface. There are not only two bodies, we are considering here there are three bodies are there, okay. The three different bodies are there. Say it as first one is M1, second one is M2, third one is M3. Alright. Now just think about, a force is applying on M1. A force is applying on M1. So just think about, the force is much larger, so that all the three masses will now accelerate towards the right side. So here, due to this force, all these three masses will move or accelerate towards the right side. So first case, once again we are going to discuss about what is the common acceleration. What is the common acceleration? So same formula we are using here. Acceleration is equal to force divided by total mass. Correct? So what is the force here? Applied force is F divided by what is the total mass? M1 plus M2 plus M3. Now you may be confused here why we are taking all the masses together. So those who are having confusion, the applied force make the whole body accelerate with a common acceleration. So that's why we have taken here the applied force divided by total mass, M1 plus M2 plus M3. M1 plus M2 plus M3, that is the equation for common acceleration if there were three masses together. Okay. Is it okay with you? Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt? Okay. I hope there is no doubt. A slight delay will be the no worry. Okay. Now just think about here. The applied force you are applying on M1 first. Correct? So definitely the mass M1 will apply a force on M2. We are now consider it as F. F is the force on M2 due to M1. So according to Newton's third law, there will be a force will be acting in opposite direction also, right? That will be also same as F. Then next case. Now the M2 will apply a force on M3. What is that? M2 will apply a force on M3. We will be writing it as, say it as F dash. Okay. Why we are written F dash? Because it is not same as a F here. Because there's a M3 is a heavier mass, right? So once again, according to Newton's third law, M3 will be acting the same force on which one? M2. So say it as, that is F dash. So we have already calculated here what is the acceleration. That is a common acceleration because M1, M2, M3 together we have taken as what? A system. Now the next question may ask in the entrance as well as the NCERT, that is, what is the contact force between M1 and M2? Okay, so the first one is what? Contact force between M1 and M2. That is equal to what? F. Correct? So what is the contact force formula? F is equal to mass into acceleration. Now you just think about, this small f makes which all body accelerate? Can you type it now? The force F, okay, the force small letter f makes which all body accelerate together? Arjun, look at the picture here. I said here, applied force is capital F. Small f is the force on M2. But that force make only M2 will accelerate. Abdullah, look at that one. So only M2 will accelerate because M2 and M3 are together. No, it is in contact. Now I hope everyone got the clear idea. The force small f, that is a force applied by the M1 on M2, but that force makes the M2 and M3 accelerate. Very good. So what is the force here? The contact force between M1 and M2, that is equal to which all bodies are now accelerating? M2 and M3 together, right? So what we can write here? M2 plus M3 into acceleration, because acceleration is common. We have written the common acceleration. So what is the contact force between M1 and M2? That is equal to M2 plus M3 into the common acceleration. What is the common acceleration here? That is, okay, Abdullah. So common acceleration is what? F divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. So this is the question is asking what is the contact force between M1 and M2. This is the formula. Okay. Now, everyone please try that next one. What is the contact force between? What is the contact force between M2 and M3? M2 and M3. That means we have written here F dash. Can you all calculate what is F dash? Just 1 minute I'll be holding. What is F dash? Make sure that F dash will accelerate which all bodies? F dash is the force acting on M3 by M2. So this F dash makes which body accelerate? Which body accelerate? Very good. Abhishek got the correct answer, M3. So very good. Sona, M3. Okay. So everyone is typing correct answers only. Nandana, check that. Is it the previous answer you are typing? I think so. So in this case, what I have asked here, F dash makes which body accelerate? That is M3 alone. Correct? So we can write the formula. So someone is typing the correct answer. That's good. So we can write here F dash is equal to M3 into acceleration. So F dash is equal to M3 into, what is the common acceleration here? F divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. So this is the contact force between which one? M2 and M3. I hope it is clear. I'm not explaining the next case. You are applying a force on the heavier mass M3. That you try with that. Okay? You try with that next case. So this section is okay with you? Did you understand the session what I have explained now? Is there any doubt you can ask now? Okay. If so, we are moving to the next section. That is motion of connected bodies. So we were discussing about the motion of bodies which are in contact. Okay. Now we are discussing the motion of connected bodies. So you can write the next heading as what? Motion of connected bodies. Motion of connected bodies. Let's discuss this case here now. Motion of connected bodies. So once again, same concept, but the objects are not in contact. See this one. This is the mass M1. Say it as this is a mass M1. And another mass is M2. So you can draw any shape or any size. It will definitely, it is different masses, M1 and M2. Okay. Now these two masses are connected with an inextensible string. It is connected with an inextensible string. Okay. Now, someone is applying a force on M2. That means someone is now pulling the force. Pulling the M2. In the previous case, we were discussing about the pushing, right? So here we can say it as pulling. Now you tell me, what will happen when the F is applied on M2? What will happen when we apply a force on M2 now? But M2 and M1 are connected with an inextensible string. That's inextensible string means what? The string will never extend when the force is applied on this one. Tell me what will happen when the force is applied on this system now. The system means here M1 and M2 connected together with a inextensible string. Okay. It will move, right? Abhishek, both will be changed towards right. Oh, sorry, drag towards right. Okay. Both will move. M1 will accelerate. Is it only M1 will accelerate? M1 and M2 will move to the right. Okay, Mary, correct. M1 and M2 will move towards the right. Okay, so everyone is typing now here. M1 and M2 move towards the right. So moreover, you can see here M1 and M2 will now start accelerating towards the right. I hope it is clear. If M1 and M2 will accelerate towards the right means they will have only one acceleration. A common acceleration will be there, right? So once again you have to write here what is the common acceleration. What is the common acceleration? Right. So what is a common acceleration? Same formula once again using the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. That is a basic formula, right? So common acceleration A is equal to F divided by m. Here m means what? The system together is now accelerating. M1 and M2 together is accelerating. Am I right? So we can write here what F divided by M1 plus M2, that is the common acceleration. Okay, so we got now in this case the motion of connected bodies with an inextensible string. The common acceleration A is equal to F divided by total mass M1 plus M2. I hope it is clear for you. Okay. So if you understood this one, yes, okay. Very good. The next possible question from this one is that what is the force acting between M1 and M2? What is the force acting between M1 and M2? So here the another term is coming that is called the tension. You maybe learn this one, tension. What does a tension mean? Tension is the force acting on a stretched string. Here the string is what? Inextensible string. So look at the picture here. Look at the picture here. When the force is applied on M2, there will be a tension will be acting on the string in this direction. Nearby M2 in this direction, and that we can mark it as the tension T. That same tension when come to the M1, the tension will be acting in right side direction. Because of this tension only M1 is accelerating. Just imagine there is no string is connected. When you apply the force M2 only will accelerate. No. But here M2 as well as M1 is accelerating only because of they are connected with an inextensible massless string. Massless string. That means this tension make the M1 accelerate. So next possible question is here what? Calculate the tension. Calculate the tension. Once again, someone is asking what is tension means, right, Abhishek? Tension means the force acting in a stretched string. Okay, your applied force is F, right? That force makes another force in the stretched string, and that force is called what? Tension. Very good. The force on the string, correct. Okay, so tension means what? It's a force. Now, in order to calculate the tension formula, just think about the M1 alone. Just think about the M1 alone. So, I'm going to draw here the free body diagram. This used to say FBD, free body diagram. So, free body diagram of which object? M1. Take the M1 alone just for explanation purpose. Okay, free body diagram. What all forces are acting on M1 now? In the same picture, okay? There is a force is now acting towards the right, that is the tension. And here we are not considering which one, the friction. So we are discussing all these cases, there is no friction is present here. So this tension make the body M1 accelerate towards the right, correct? So here, according to Newton's second law, we can use the tension formula or force formula F is equal to m into A. Here, what is the force here? Here the force is tension. So tension is equal to, now which body is now accelerating due to tension? That is m1, correct? So m1 into acceleration. So we can write the formula here. Tension T is equal to m1 into, now what is acceleration? Acceleration is common, right? So acceleration is equal to what? F divided by m1 plus m2. So I hope it is clear. So how to calculate the tension in the string? Tension means what? It's a force acting in the stretched string. So what is the tension? Is that done, everyone? If it is clear for you. There are 58 students are now participating. If all the 58 students got clear idea, then please type yes, okay? Is there any doubt? I can explain once again. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear for this one. All right. Now it's the same case we'll be discussing. We are going to discuss the same case. But just imagine there are three bodies are there. Okay. Just imagine there are three bodies are there. So you can draw the picture there. On the surface, the surface we are considering here, there is no friction at all. Okay. So this is the M1 body having mass M1. Another body having mass M2, and one more body, say it as M3. You can draw any size, okay? So all the masses are different here. Same way, all these masses are connected with an inextensible string. So once again I'm drawing here, this is the inextensible string. Okay. Now someone is applying a force on M3 here towards the right. Someone is now pulling. Someone is now pulling. So the applied force is here F. So I'm not asking once again what will happen here when the force is applied here on M1, M2 and M3. Definitely you can say that all the masses as a system will now accelerate towards the right. Correct? So once again you write the what is the common acceleration. What is the common acceleration? So the common acceleration A is equal to, same formula once again, F by M, right? F divided by mass total. F divided by mass total. So what is the common acceleration in this case? The common acceleration A is equal to F divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. So this is the equation for what? Common acceleration of all the three bodies. I hope it is clear. Yes, Nikit, your answer is correct. Right. Many are typing the correct answers here. Okay. Now let's think about this one. When the force F is applied on M3, correct? When the force F is applied on M3, there will be a tension acting on M3. There will be a tension acting on the string in between M2 and M3. That we can mark it as T2. Okay, T2. So on M2, there will be same tension will be acting, but in opposite direction. That is what T2 itself. So always remember that tension will be acting always away from the mass. Okay, tension will be acting always away from the mass. So T2 is the tension between M2 and M3. Now due to this T2, there will be a tension acting in between M1 and M2. So you can mark here the tension on the string in between M1 and M2, say it as T1. So same tension will be acting towards the right on M1, that is say it as T1 itself. Alright. Now the next question you have to calculate here, what is T1 and what is T2? So next possible question is here about calculate the tension. Okay, the first one we are going to use here now, calculate the tension between M1 and M2. Okay, this is the first one we have to discuss here. Calculate the tension between M1 and M2. That means which one you have to calculate here? The T1. Correct? T1 you have to calculate. As you already know, T1 means it's a tension, it is a force, right? Now just think about the diagram here. Just to see the picture here. This T1 makes one body accelerate. Which body? Everyone please type it. The T1 makes one body accelerate. Which body is now accelerate? Which body will now accelerate? Dyumna, is it M3 will accelerate? Dyumna? Abdullah Misab, is M3 will accelerate due to T1. I said T1. The tension T1 makes the M1 accelerate, correct? Not that M3, okay? Abdullah. So M1 will accelerate, correct. So we can write here tension T1 is equal to which body will now accelerate? M1. Now what is acceleration? A. So what is the basic formula for T1? T1 is equal to M1 into A, same as F is equal to MA. Okay, same as F is equal to ma. So m1 is accelerating because of the tension T1. Now common acceleration we have already calculated here. So what is the equation for T1? T1 is equal to m1 into F divided by, what is the formula? M1 plus m2 plus m3. Got it? So this is the tension acting between m1 and m2. Now let's calculate what is the tension. Okay, tension acting between, okay, tension between M2 and M3. That means you have to calculate here T2. You have to calculate here T2. Look at the picture once again, everyone. Okay, this T2 makes which all body accelerate towards the right? Due to T2, tension T2, which all body will now accelerate? Type it, everyone. So due to T2, which all body will now accelerate? Yes, Arjun. M1 and M2. Okay, Hridaya, your answer. Right. Okay. So what is the tension T2? The T2 will make the body M1 and M2 accelerate. So almost everyone is typing the correct answer. So we can write here what tension T2 is equal to M1 plus M2 will accelerate with a common acceleration is equal to what? A. So what is the basic formula for T2? T2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into what is a common acceleration? F divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. So this is the way to calculate the tension between the masses which are connected with an inextensible string. Connected with an inextensible string. Okay. So in order to understand the same concept with an easy formula is there. In order to understand the same concept, there is a general equation is there. In order to find the tension, okay, in order to find the tension, we can use this formula here. Pulling force divided by total mass, pulling force divided by total mass into mass behind. So this is the general equation. We can make a conclusion from these two derivation. We can make a general equation like this. Pulling force divided by total mass into mass behind, you will get the same equation for T1 and T2. Okay, pulling force, that is F, divided by total mass. Total mass means what? What is the total mass? M1 plus M2 plus M3. Now into mass behind, you will get the same answer. Okay, so this is the easiest way to understand the motion of bodies which are connected with an inextensible string. Okay. So in the case of a previous question, that was when the bodies was all the bodies are in contact, there you can use the contact force formula, that is the pushing force divided by total mass into mass in front. As a general equation we can write here what? Pushing force divided by total mass into mass in front. Here we can use here what? Pulling force divided by total mass into mass behind. Okay. Shall we move to the next topic? Okay. Now this is the case. Okay. So you can note it down. This next case. Or this is a table surface. Table surface, but the friction is not there. Friction is not present. Okay. This is a table. On the table there is a small pulley is connected. What is that? Pulley is connected. On the table there is a one body is kept. Okay. A body is kept, say it as M1. Okay. M1 is kept here. Right. Now due to this M1, or we can say that on M1 there is an inextensible string is connected and it is passing through the pulley, and the other end is connected with another mass, you say it as M2. The diagram is clear for everyone. On the table one mass is kept here. From the mass M1 and M2 is connected with an inextensible string, and that string is passing through a pulley. Now you just imagine if, okay, if M2 is much greater than M1, what will happen to this system? Abdullah, the same explanation you can, once again you can say the replay, okay? I'll be uploading the same video here, okay? So you can go through it once again. Now you tell me what will happen if M2 is greater than M1 in this case. Table surface is frictionless. Yeah. It will move. Arjun, what will move? In which direction it will move? Yeah. Move down. Very good. m1 will move towards the m2. Okay, so yeah, that means m1 will now slides on the surface and m2 will come down, right? Okay, m1 will accelerate, m2 will pull. Okay, everyone is typing m1 will move. Very good. So condition is here, m2 is greater than m1, definitely m2 will comes down. So near to that, what will happen? The m1 also will now slides towards right. Okay. Now let's think about which all forces will be acting on m2. Okay, look at this case. Which all forces will be acting on m2? There will be a force acting vertically downward due to gravity, that is m2g, right? Same way, due to this m2g force which is acting vertically downward, there will be a force acting on the inextensible string, that is what? Tension. What is that? Tension. So we are writing it as what? Tension. Very good. So the tension direction I am just simply marking here. Tension will be always away from the body. Okay. So this is a tension. The same tension will be acting on nearby m1 also. Okay. So this is the tension. Now there are two questions you have to calculate here. Okay. Two possible questions are there. First one is, what is the acceleration? What is the acceleration and what is the tension acting in between this m1 and m2 on the stretched string? Okay, so now let's calculate the first one. What is that? Acceleration, and second one is tension. For that, you have to consider the free body diagram. Okay, free body diagram. So I am drawing the first diagram is here what? M2. On M2, there will be two forces are acting. Okay, two forces are acting. That is M2G and upward direction, that is tension. As we already know, M2G is greater than tension. So what will happen here? M2 will now accelerate downward. Accelerate downward. Correct? So we can write the Newton's second law here, F is equal to ma. So what is the resultant force? F is equal to ma. What is the resultant force in this case? That is m2g is greater, right? So m2g minus tension, that is a resultant force acting on m2, which is equal to, now which one is now accelerating? M2, no? So we can write here m2 into a. Say it as equation number 1. Is this clear for everyone? The first equation is clear. I have drawn here the free body diagram, FBD, free body diagram. That means we are considering only the one body. Abdullah, your answer is correct. Okay, m2g divided by m1 plus m2. Very good. Now look at the second picture here. Second body is here, that is m1. On m1, there is only one force is acting, that is tension. This tension make the body accelerate towards the right. So once again, if you use the F is equal to ma here, what is the resultant force here? That is equal to tension. Tension is equal to, due to this tension, which mass is now accelerating? That is m1 into acceleration is what? A. So what is the second equation here? T is equal to m1a. T is equal to m1a. Look at the two cases here. Two equations, I hope it is clear for you. Now what you have to do here? Equation number 1, okay? Equation number 1 plus equation number 2. Equation number 1 and equation number 2, if you add, look at the first case on the left hand side, if you add, what will be getting? The m2g minus t plus t, that is right side, which is equal to, right side is what? m1a plus m2a, that is tension now will cancel. So what is the formula here? m2g is equal to m1 plus m2 into a. So what is the common acceleration? Common acceleration A is equal to m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into g. So this is the formula to calculate the common acceleration of this type of problem. And think about, there is no friction at all. If the friction is present there, you have to draw a friction force opposite to that of tension. So that we are not discussing today's class. Okay. I hope it is clear for everyone. Now the next question is here, what is the tension? So as you already know, what is the tension here? Tension we have written already. Tension T is equal to M1A. So what is the tension here? Tension is equal to M1. Now acceleration is same only, no? So acceleration is equal to what? M2G divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the way to calculate the tension and acceleration of the two connected bodies. One is sliding on the surface and the other one is now falling down with an acceleration. Is it okay with you, everyone? If you really understand this one, please type okay. Yes, Abdullah. Okay, then move to the next case. Okay, the next case, same thing, connected bodies only. But you see the picture here, this is a rigid surface. On the surface, okay, with a rigid support, there is a pulley is connected. There is a pulley is connected. Right. On the pulley, you see this one, on the pulley, on the pulley there is a inextensible string is connected. On the inextensible string, at one end there is one mass is connected, say it as M1. Other end, say it as the other mass is say it as M2. Okay. Now what we are imagining here, M2 is greater than M1. M2 is greater than M1. Tell me what will happen. If M2 is greater than M1, what will happen here? M2 goes down. Very good, Abdullah. Sorry, Amalapur. M2 goes down, M2 moves down. Yes, Abhishek. M1 move upward, M2 goes down. Very good, very good. So you got the clear idea that if M2 is greater than M1, M2 will comes down where the M1 will moves up. M2 will accelerate downward, M1 will accelerate upward. Okay. So now let's think about what all forces are acting on M2 as well as M1. Right. So everyone is typing moving upward and downward, right? Instead of moving, we can say here there is an external force is acting, that is resultant force is acting, therefore it will accelerate. Okay. So the force is acting on M2. Let me draw here. Downward direction, there will be M2G will be acting. So due to M2G, there will be a tension will be the on the string, that is said as T. Correct? So here also there will be a tension T will be the, right? Same way here also there will be tension T, same tension only, okay, but the direction is different, away from the mass here. Therefore one more tension will be acting upward on the M1, right, T. Now on the M1 there is one more force acting which is acting downward, that is equal to what, M1G. So here what we have considered here, M2G is greater than M1G. M2G is greater than M1G. Okay. Therefore, we can consider here what is the now resultant force acting on M2. So in order to find the resultant force acting on M2, let's draw once again the free body diagram. So M2G is acting downward and tension is acting upward, but the body is now accelerating downward. So definitely you can say here what M2G is greater than tension. So what is the resultant force formula? F is equal to Ma. So what is the resultant force here? M2G minus tension, which is equal to what is the next case? M2G minus tension is equal to what? M2 into A. There's a slight lagging is there, doesn't matter. So M2G minus tension is equal to M2A. That is the first equation. Okay. Next case, if you draw the free body diagram of M1, the force acting downward that is equal to M1G, and the force acting upward is a tension, and the body is now accelerating upward. So here also you can write here what resultant force formula, that is tension minus M1G. Here tension is more than M1G, that's why the body is accelerating upward. So tension minus M1G is equal to, now which body is now accelerating? M1 is accelerating, right? So we can write the F is equal to Ma. So resultant force is given the tension minus M1G, which is equal to M1 into A, equation number 2. Equation number 2. Now the possible question is that what is the acceleration and what is the tension? What is the acceleration and what is the tension? So we have two equations here. Equation number 1, that is M2G minus tension is equal to M2A, that is equation number 1. T minus M1G is equal to M1A. Say it as equation number 2. What you have to do here, just add the equation number 1 and 2. Please add equation number 1 and 2. If you add equation number 1 and 2, you will get the equation for acceleration. Can you all find it? Just 1 minute. Add equation number 1 and 2. Equation number 1 and 2. Okay, let me write this one. You can add it. If you add this equation number 1 and 2, the left side become M2G minus M1G, because tension will cancel here, minus T plus T, is equal to M1 plus M2 into A. Okay, Abdullah got the answer, I think. Is it a correct answer, Abdullah? Okay, so M2G, so here you can write the M2 minus M1 into G is equal to M1 plus M2 into A. Correct? Alright, very good. Someone is typing correct answer, the Rohit, I think. Right, Hridaya also. Okay, so what is the acceleration formula? A is equal to M2 minus M1 into G divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the way to calculate what? Acceleration of the connected bodies. The acceleration of the connected bodies on a pulley. Now one more question you have to calculate. That is the, if so, what is the tension? What is the tension? In order to calculate the tension, what you have to do here? You have to divide the equation number 1 and 2. Equation number 1 divided by equation number 2. Those who finish, you can do it. equation number 1 divided by equation number 2, you will be getting here M2G minus tension divided by tension minus M1G is equal to M2 divided by M1. Acceleration cancels this out, right? Now you cross multiply this equation, okay? You will be getting here, if you cross multiply M1 M2 into G minus M1 into T is equal to M2T minus M1 M2 into G. Hope it is clear. Now take the G part together on the left hand side and T part right side. So you will be getting here what? M1 M2G plus M1 M2G is equal to M1 plus M2 into T. That is tension T is equal to 2M1 M2G, correct? 2M1 M2G divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the way to calculate what? The tension acting in this stretched string. The tension acting in the stretched string. Okay. So there are few more cases are there. Okay. So we'll be stopping today in this lesson. We will discuss only this much only. I hope you understood the topic very well. Am I right? Is it clear for everyone? If you really like this class? Okay. So sometimes we can come in YouTube live, right? What do you feel? You can comment it below. If you really like the class, you can hit the like button. And if you didn't subscribe it, please subscribe it.